Have you ever felt like you're meant for something more, but it always seems just out of reach? Like no matter how hard you try or how much effort you put in, the life you truly desire remains a dream. But what if I told you that life isn't far away? What if the version of you who has already achieved everything you want is not waiting in the future, but is already connected to you right now? Time is an illusion, so is struggle, because deep within the fabric of the universe, your highest self already exists. You are not becoming your best self. You are remembering who you've always been. Think of yourself as a frequency, a vibration, and the life you want lives at a higher note. Not better than yours, just different. And until you raise your inner resonance, you won't be able to step into it. So ask yourself this: what if the problem isn't that you're not trying hard enough, but that you're vibrating at a frequency that doesn't match your dreams? What if all you need is not more action, but deeper awareness? This is not about willpower. It's about alignment with yourself, with your truth, with the version of you that has never forgotten who you really are. Are you ready to remember? In quantum physics, there is a phenomenon known as quantum entanglement. When two particles become linked, even if they are separated by millions of light years, they still respond to each other instantly, as if space doesn't exist between them, as if time has no meaning. Now, pause for a moment. Let yourself feel the wonder in this truth. If two tiny particles can be connected beyond space and time, why wouldn't you be connected to the highest version of yourself? Right now, you think you have to become who you want to be? But what if that version already exists, vibrating at a higher frequency, waiting for you to tune in? Imagine your life like a radio signal. Right now, you're tuned into a channel full of noise, doubt, fear, old stories. But just a slight shift can bring you to another station entirely. A station where you've already solved every problem, where you've already broken through every limitation, where you're already living the life you deeply desire. That's not the future. That's a parallel reality, where you've already completed your journey. And here's the most beautiful part. You don't need to create it. You only need to remember it. We often believe that change comes from doing more, trying harder. But sometimes the deepest transformation happens when we stop and listen. Listen to the voice within. Listen to the version of you that never stopped believing. Because you are never truly alone. You are always connected to yourself beyond time and space. And when you begin to trust that, when you start to feel that truth in your heart, then the door opens, not with force, but with remembrance, with grace, with clarity, with alignment. So take a breath, let go of struggle, and open yourself to this possibility. Your future self isn't waiting for you out there. It's already inside you, calling you home. Why haven't you met the most successful version of yourself yet? You've imagined it. You've dreamed about it. You've even tried to move toward it again and again. But somehow, it still feels out of reach. And I want you to know something. It's not because you're not worthy. It's not because you're not capable. It's simply because you are vibrating at a frequency that does not match who you truly are. Think of your mind like an old recording, a loop that plays over and over, telling you what you can't do, what you're not enough for, what you must earn before you deserve peace, success, or love. These are not truths. They are programs, old software running in the background of your consciousness, blocking your signal from reaching the higher version of yourself. You were conditioned by your environment, by parents, teachers, society, culture, by experiences that taught you to fear failure, to hide your power, to play small so others could feel safe around you. And slowly, you began to believe that was all there was, that this life, with its struggles, doubts, and limitations, was the only one available to you. But here's the truth. The version of you that has already healed, grown, and succeeded is not waiting for you to try harder. It is waiting for you to remember who you really are. Because remember, you are not becoming someone new. You are returning to the self that never forgot its power. So why don't you feel it yet? Because your inner world is filled with noise. Your subconscious mind is full of limiting beliefs. Beliefs like, I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. If I succeed, people will judge me. I must suffer to grow. These beliefs act like filters on your perception, like dark glasses that distort the light of your true potential. Imagine walking through life with those glasses on. You would never see clearly. You would keep bumping into walls you didn't realize were illusions. And that's exactly what's happening now. Your brain has built neural pathways based on fear, doubt, and survival, not on expansion, alignment, and remembrance. So when you try to change your life using the same mindset that created your current reality, of course nothing shifts. You can't use the same operating system to access a completely different level of existence. This is where most people get stuck. They keep trying to force their way forward, more effort, more hustle, more discipline, but none of it works because they're not changing the program. They're just working harder within it. And that's why you feel exhausted, frustrated, disconnected, because deep inside, you know something greater is possible. You can feel it. You can almost hear it, like a whisper from another dimension. But how do you answer that call? How do you shift your frequency? How do you break free from the patterns that keep pulling you back? Let me tell you a secret. You don't need to fight them. You don't need to destroy them. You only need to become aware of them. Awareness is the first step to transformation. Just like sunlight dissolves darkness, simply shining awareness on your old programming begins to dissolve it. Because once you see the pattern, you no longer need to follow it blindly. Once you recognize the illusion, you are free to choose something new. So ask yourself, what am I believing that keeps me small? What stories am I repeating that no longer serve me? What fears am I holding on to that were never really mine? These questions aren't meant to shame you. They're meant to liberate you. Because as soon as you begin to question your own narrative, you open the door to a new one where you are powerful, where you are aligned, where you are already whole. So take a breath, let go of the need to control everything, and allow yourself to listen to the version of you that has never forgotten who you are. You've heard the phrase, follow your heart, countless times. But what if I told you? This isn't just poetic advice. It's science. Deep within your body, there is a powerful conversation happening. Not just in your mind, but between your brain and your heart. And when these two centers begin to align, something extraordinary happens. You step into coherence, not just physical coherence, mental coherence, emotional coherence, spiritual coherence. This is not just about feeling good. This is about becoming the signal that connects you to your highest self. Let me explain. Modern neuroscience has discovered that your heart doesn't just pump blood, it thinks. It has its own neural network, often referred to as the heart brain, and it sends more signals to your brain than your brain sends to your heart. That means your heart is not just reacting to your thoughts, it's shaping them. Your emotions are not just psychological states, they are energetic frequencies that influence your entire being. When you feel fear, stress, or anxiety, your heart rhythms become chaotic, your brain waves scatter, and your body enters survival mode. But when you feel gratitude, love, peace, something magical happens. Your heart begins to beat in rhythm, your brain waves stabilize, and your whole system shifts into alignment. This is called brain-heart coherence. And here's why it matters. Coherence is not just a state of calm, it's a gateway to higher awareness, to intuition, to accessing the version of yourself that already knows the way. Think of it like tuning a radio again. Only now, instead of adjusting an external dial, you're tuning from within. Your emotional state becomes the frequency that determines which reality you can access. So when you're in chaos, you get noise. When you're in coherence, you get clarity. The Institute of Heart Math, one of the leading research centers on this phenomenon, has found that when people enter coherent states, their mental clarity improves. Their decision-making becomes sharper. Their ability to manifest desired outcomes increases dramatically. Why? Because they're no longer fighting themselves. They're aligned with who they truly are. Now imagine this. Every time you feel disconnected from your dreams, It's not because they're too far away, it's because your inner world is out of sync. Your brain says one thing, your heart feels another, and your body lives in confusion. But when you bring those parts together, when you breathe deeply, when you feel gratitude, when you remember your purpose, everything changes. Your nervous system resets, your mind opens, and suddenly, you're not chasing success anymore. You're stepping into it, because in that moment, you are not trying to create a new reality. You are remembering the one that was always available, at the right frequency. This is not magic. This is biology meeting consciousness. This is where science and spirit finally meet, in the space of coherence. So next time you feel lost, overwhelmed, or stuck, don't force action, pause. Place your hand over your heart, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what would my future self feel right now? How would they respond? Then let that emotion guide you. Let it bring your brain and heart into alignment. Because when you do, you're not just changing your mood, you're shifting your frequency, you're opening the door, you're stepping into the version of you that has never forgotten who you really are. Now it's time for something powerful, not just to understand the truth, but to feel it, to embody it, to remember it, not just with your mind, but with your entire being. You've already learned that your future self is not waiting for you in time. It's already here, vibrating at a higher frequency, calling you home. And now I'm going to guide you through a practice, one that will help you align with that version of yourself. Not by doing more, not by trying harder, but by remembering who you truly are. This is not just a meditation. This is a recalibration, a return to your natural state of alignment. So find a comfortable position. You can sit, stand, or even lie down, whatever allows you to relax and be fully present. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and release it slowly. Again, breathe in deeply and exhale with ease. Let go of tension in your body. Let go of distractions in your mind, and allow yourself to simply be. There is no rush, no need to control anything. Just this moment and the space between your thoughts. Now bring your awareness to your heart center. Place your hand gently over your chest if it helps. Feel the rhythm of your heartbeat. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Feel the presence of something deeper within you. You are not alone. You never have been. There is a version of you, already healed, already whole, already living the life you desire. That version is not far away. It is not separated from you by time or effort. It is only separated by frequency. And right now, you're going to raise yours. So let's begin. As you breathe in, imagine drawing light into your heart, a soft, golden light, warm, peaceful, full of love. With each inhale, you invite this light deeper into your being. With each exhale, you release what no longer serves you. Let go of doubt, let go of fear, let go of the need to control everything. You don't need to push forward anymore. You only need to open. Now imagine that light expanding from your heart outward, filling your chest, your lungs, your throat, rising up to your head, then flowing down into your arms, your hands, your fingertips. Let it move through your spine, down into your belly, and out into your legs, your feet, grounding you in peace. This is your light, your energy, your essence. And as you continue breathing, allow yourself to feel gratitude. Gratitude for this moment, for this breath, for the version of you that has always known the way. Ask yourself silently, what would my future self feel right now? Not from struggle, not from lack, but from peace, power, and clarity. Let that feeling arise. Maybe it's calm, maybe it's joy, maybe it's certainty. Whatever it is, welcome it, invite it in. Let it fill every part of you. Now picture that version of yourself, standing before you, smiling, peaceful, whole. They are not better than you. They are not separate from you. They are you, at a higher vibration, and they are reaching out their hand. Will you take it? In your mind, reach back, feel their touch, feel the warmth, feel the recognition. You are not becoming them, you are remembering them. Now imagine stepping into their shoes, walking in their world, seeing through their eyes, feeling with their heart. What do they believe about themselves? What do they know that you may have forgotten? Let those beliefs settle into your mind. Let that knowing become yours, because you are not lacking anything. You are simply remembering what was always true. Now ask yourself one final question, gently without pressure. Who am I when I am at peace? Don't rush to answer. Let the silence speak. Let the truth rise from within. And when you feel it, when you sense it, take one last deep breath and return to this room, to this body, to this moment. You are not the same person who began this journey. You have shifted, you have remembered, you have aligned. And now, you are ready to step into the next version of your life. You just stepped into something powerful. Not just a new mindset, not just a new feeling, but a new frequency. One that aligns you with the version of yourself that has always known the way. This is not about becoming someone else. This is about remembering who you've always been. And if you felt even a glimpse of that truth, then this video has already done its job. Because transformation doesn't always come from doing more. Sometimes it comes from simply being still, being present, being willing to remember. You don't need to chase your dreams anymore. You only need to raise your vibration, to become the signal that calls them in. The future isn't ahead of you, it's inside you, waiting for you to step in. So don't rush back into the noise. Let this moment linger. Let this shift settle, because the more you practice this alignment, the more you'll live from this space. And the more you live from this space, the more your reality will begin to reflect it. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are simply out of sync with the version of yourself that already knows how to heal, grow, and thrive. Now, if this touched something deep within you, leave a comment below. Just 2 words, I am aligned. It's not just a phrase, it's a declaration, a commitment to yourself, that you are choosing coherence over chaos, clarity over confusion, remembrance over forgetting. And if this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear this right now. Because sometimes all it takes is one moment, one breath, one shift in frequency to awaken to the life you were meant to live. Finally, if you're ready to live in a higher state, hit that subscribe button. Not for content, not for entertainment, but for coherence. Because this channel isn't just about videos. It's about frequency. It's about remembrance. It's about returning to who you truly are, together. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up as your highest self. And most of all, thank you for remembering. See you in the next frequency.